So, Paul, give me your side of the story.
Well, man, it was crazy. I don't even really know how to explain it. From what I remember, we were driving past Area 51 trying to get to El Paso, and the alien border patrol sent their spaceship, laser beamed our tire, and the sparks from that lit the van on fire. All our gear burned, but thankfully we survived, and I'm here to tell the tale. They try to fight us, but you know, the truth is too powerful for these fake mongrels, so we just had to fight them, and we prevailed. All hope is not lost. Live music will prevail. Thank you from Paul Val and the Truth.
Live from Animated Studio 6A in the live music capital of the world, Austin, Texas, it's the Damn Tonight Show, featuring Henry Invisible and also Rich Baur and Paul Val. Here's your host, Colin McDonald.
Hello and welcome to the Damn Tonight Show. My name is Colin McDonald, and we're going to cover the Austin Hip Hop Awards in depth next week when schedules can line up. Now, so tonight we're going to jump right into the interviews, and my first guest had quite the trip home from California over the holiday break, and here to tell us all about it right after this. Welcome back to the Damn Tonight Show. I'm here with Paul Val and Rich Baur of Paul Val and the Truth. And fellas, just introduce yourselves real quick for the people that don't know who you are.
My name is Paul Val Hernandez. I'm a full-time Austin blues rock musician.
My name is Rich Baur. I'm a drummer and audio engineer, producer. I play with the group Paul Val and the Truth.
All right, and y'all had a very unfortunate incident happen very recently. Tell me about that, Rich.
Our band had just played a show, actually 2 shows, in California, and the van was traveling back to Austin, Texas. Basically, we had an incident, and the van caught on fire. The entire thing burned up, including most of our instruments and my van. We set up a GoFundMe. Thank you for everyone that has donated. The support that we've gotten from the community has been just overwhelming.
In all seriousness, we are very, very grateful for the community, the Austin community, the Texas community, our friends and family. I want to tell a quick story. When we get back to Austin, I go to my local guitar shop, my favorite guitar shop, South Austin Music, and I'm just looking around. I don't tell anybody about what happened, and I'm just browsing amps because, you know, we have nothing to play. And Bill the owner pulls me aside and says, I heard about the van. Go in there, grab whatever amp you want, whatever guitar you want, and just pay me when you can. I don't care if it's tomorrow or if it's next year. Just take it, rock it, keep rock and roll going, keep music going. And that was just amazing. I didn't even know how to feel. And I don't think any other guitar shop in the world would give you that Texas hospitality like South Austin Music did.
Absolutely.
Thank you for keeping music alive.
That's right. And tell me a little bit about what y'all have got coming up in 2020.
We're about to release a new EP coming up here in the next month or 2. It's already done. We just have to get the release party date down, and we're really excited to show everyone that. So this new year is going to be really big for us, and we're really excited to keep on rocking.
And apparently nothing can stop the Truth, right? Man, thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all be sure to check out Paul Val and the Truth with the links down below. We'll be right back with Henry Invisible right after these messages. Hello and welcome back to Daily Austin Music. I am here with Henry Invisible, and you've just been killing it lately. So tell the folks that may have not have heard of you yet just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Henry Roland. Basically, I've been in bands my whole life. Was in a huge funk orchestra called the Gingerbread Men. Right. We toured the country for about 7 years. This was kind of like late 90s or, yeah, just right around there. And did some pretty big things. Like we played shows with Tower of Power and Maceo Parker we went on the road with for a while, and lots of funk legends, you know. It was an amazing experience. Out of that, I started studying jazz, and ran off to New York, probably about 98, and started studying jazz there. Did some new school studies, but predominantly it was like on the street, kind of just running around. And while I was there, I caught up with the Strokes.
Nice.
those cats and I started a band called Star Child. That was a rock and roll trio that we kind of did some shows together, and it was that fuzzy rock thing. And so between jazz and rock and funk and all that good stuff, I've just been basically doing it my whole life.
Right.
And that kind of led up to Henry and the Invisibles because, I tend to write a lot of music, and I got on the production side of things and the engineering stuff.
Yeah.
So, which goes really well with making beats and all that kind of thing. So, that's kind of how it was born, and then I just had to figure out how to do it live.
And you definitely figured it out. Now tell me about your experience with CD Baby Conference last year. Because a lot of musicians, complain about the cost and whatever, but you really took advantage of the conference and the situation. So tell me more about that.
I mean, first of all, if you're a musician that has been on the fence about going to that thing, they sell the early bird tickets for less than $100. And like, if you can't spend $100 on the amount of knowledge that you receive from this I think it's 3 or 4 days of a conference, I don't know what you're doing. So how that turned out was I had bought my ticket, and they had announced that they were having this songwriting contest or something. And I didn't know what it was really. And it was sponsored by Isotope, the super awesome company that does those great plugins. The day that the conference started, I received an email that said, drop by this room. It was one of the smaller rooms in the Hilton Convention Center, and I walked in and they said, okay, it was kind of just like the meeting, and they were like, okay, so you need to come back here tomorrow, and we're gonna give you 20 minutes to record a song on this Spire Studio, this little recording device.
Did they know you at all?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
So
and
they had no idea what they were doing.
And there were 2 categories. There was the band category and the solo musician category. Well,
Yeah,
I'm a solo I'm a solo musician,
Right.
I mean, yeah. So I signed up, and the next day I showed up, and it was pretty cool because they had this room of instruments. They had a bass, a drum kit, they had a guitar,
Right.
and I had brought my keyboard, but they had a keyboard, and they were like, okay, you have to use a few of these, and you have to use this studio, and you've got 20 minutes, go. And I'm like, oh, okay, so cool. So I went in there, and I'd already kind of predetermined what song I was going to do.
Right.
So I went in there and I recorded a raw version of the song that I'm about to release myself called Space and Time. I recorded the first track, then came down and threw some more bass, on top of it, and then did some harmonies, and then did some drums, and did some key synth stuff, and it was done in 20 minutes. And the guys were filming me, and the guys were like, wow, like we didn't expect that from, the solo guy, right? Yeah. So I said, is that fair? I mean, is that cool? And he said, yeah, no, totally cool. I mean, you're one guy. So story has it, I wasn't in the boardroom, but story has it that they put the song on, and the judges, there was a panel, they were like, oh no, not the band category, right. Put the solo guys on. The 2 camera guys were like, no, this guy, like, they showed him the video and stuff. And so that's how I won the grand prize. And when they called my name, I literally almost fell out of my chair. I sat in the very back because I figured when they didn't call my name, I was just going to duck out. Yeah. And I had to go to a gig that night. So I was like, all right, yeah. So I'm sitting in the back, and they call my name, Henry Invisible, because that's what I told my name. I told my name. That was a really cool experience. Awesome. But what I would say is to all musicians is put yourself out there. You never know, like you really don't. And I think that it's important to challenge yourself in that way. I mean, I was extremely challenged with it. But like I said, I just kind of eased up on myself and just let it go with the rough edges. And
now, speak on that, putting yourself out there, because that got you in this amazing position where you're about to play with Bootsy Collins. I mean, tell me more about that. How did that even come about?
I saw something posted by Bootsy Collins, who I follow on Instagram, and he said, audition for Bootsy, send in a 60-second video and hashtag it, audition for Bootsy, and then do a couple of little things like follow his sponsors or something. Right, yeah. So I was like, well, I'm in Mexico. I don't have my gear, but I do have these videos that I just did. So let me go edit them, and I'll hashtag it for Bootsy. And I did. And that's what happened. And I didn't think anything of it because he was supposed to announce the winners on Christmas.
Right.
And Christmas came and went. I didn't see any announcement, didn't get any emails. So I figured, all right, oh well, it was fun.
Yeah, and Bootsy maybe saw me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And nothing happened, and nothing. I wasn't trying to win this thing anyway. It didn't matter. So I was like, all right, cool. And then a couple of days went by. I think it was actually the 28th or 27th. I'm not sure. A few days after Christmas, and I woke up to this post that was like, here are the 5 winners I've chosen out of all these videos. Right. And my name is on there, and I'm like, what does that even entail? Like, I didn't even read really what the prizes were. Right. I just wanted to be like noticed by Bootsy in a way. Funk is my jam, so I was like, oh, this would be great.
Literally the funkiest.
He's Star Child, right? Yeah. Or he was one of the Star Children. So I was just like, okay, so wow. And then I realized he had liked a couple of my things, and then he followed me, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing, right? Oh, actually, I botched that. He liked a few of my videos and followed me, and I was mind blown. Right. And then he announced the winners.
Oh, right.
And so then I was like, wow, this is incredible. What's been really cool, though, is the communication between I'm messaging him, and he's talking, we're having conversations, and I'm really excited because I don't know what to expect.
Yeah. Did you find out any details about
I did.
Okay.
So I won like a pretty nice package of prizes and some gift cards and such. But the big deal is playing at his happy hour audition at NAMM in California coming up in like just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what? No way. What? This is crazy. So now I'm auditioning for Bootsy Collins. Say what? So I didn't have a ticket. But they actually gave us a couple of tickets. Wow. So now my father, my pops and I, we toured the country. Yeah. We're jumping in the van and we're heading to Cali. Yeah, we're heading to Cali. Yeah. So, once again, you never know.
Right. And you have no chance if you don't put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Man, Henry, thank you so much for being with us. Check out the full interview later this week on the YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this message. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please go and follow, subscribe to the guests on the show. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for Who's Playing Tonight. Be sure to check out Daily Austin Music every day for Who's Playing Tonight at 9, Austin Music News at noon, music reviews at 2, Talkin' Shop at 4 o'clock. And remember, do more, better, faster. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.